You've learned how to extend classes and implement interfaces, but you might still be puzzled as to how these techniques are used in practical terms. The .NET framework makes extensive use of interfaces and extended classes. In this lesson, you'll use the Object Browser window to explore the .NET framework and see how it all fits together. To begin this lesson, open the Stablebase project from your Sample Files folder. And open the Object Browser window by clicking View, Object Browser. Just like the Class View window, Visual Studio must be in Expert Settings mode in order to use the Object Browser. To switch to Expert Settings, click Tools, Settings, Expert Settings. After enabling Expert Settings, the Object Browser window will appear in the View menu. The Object Browser is almost identical to the Class View window, but it allows you to explore the classes of the .NET framework as well as the classes in your project. First, you're going to examine the TextBox class from the .NET framework. Click in the search box, type TextBox, and press Enter. All of the objects that match the search term appear in the left-hand pane. Expand system.web.ui.webcontrols.textbox now. This is the class that the TextBox control is based on. You've used the TextBox control many times in previous lessons. Now expand the Base Types folder, and you can now see that the TextBox control implements the IEditable control, IPostBackDataHandler, and ITextControl interfaces, and extends the WebControl class. Next, expand the WebControl class. All ASP.NET controls extend the WebControl class. You can now see that the WebControl class extends the Control class and implements the IAttributeAccessor interface. Expand the Control class now, and you can see that the Control class extends the Object class, as well as implementing several other interfaces. All of the classes in the .NET framework can be traced back to the Object class. It's for this reason that you are able to cast any object to the object type. Casting to the object type is covered in Session 5 of the Essential Skills course in this series. Finally, you're going to examine the properties of the Page class. Click in the search box, type system.web.ui.page, and press Enter. The system.web.ui.page class appears in the Object Browser. The top right pane of the Object Browser shows all of the methods and properties of the system.web.ui.page class. Scroll down in the top right pane and click the Response property. Information about the Response property appears in the bottom right pane. You can see here that the Response property is a system.web.http response object. Click on system.web.http response and you're automatically taken to the HTTP response class, and can now examine its properties and base types. The object browser can be extremely helpful when navigating the .NET framework. Even after working through all of the lessons in this session, you still might not see the use of extending classes and implementing interfaces. Complex class and interface structures are not often needed in ASP.NET projects, because most of the structure is already provided for you. For example, when you create an ASP.NET page, it automatically inherits a huge amount of functionality from the system.web.ui.page class. Extending classes and implementing interfaces is far more useful when working with normal Windows desktop applications, as less functionality is provided automatically. If you ever turn your skills to Windows desktop applications, you'll start to see the true value of the skills that you've learned in this session. Close Visual Studio now, and you've now completed Lesson 5.9. Use the Object Browser window.